Well, today would have been the 90th birthday of a man who gave his life fighting for the equality and civil rights.
Our Cyrus Sandlin takes a look back at the life of Martin Luther King Jr.'s impact that he had here on Savannah and how those who joined his fight want him to be remembered.
What started as a dream spoken at this church more than 50 years ago turned into a legacy that forever changed the world. Ahead of what would have been his 90th birthday, I spoke with some Savannahans about Dr. King's impact on the hostess city.
One Sunday afternoon, ministers were meeting here, just having a meeting, and someone mentioned to some people outside that Martin Luther King is in the building. And then, of course, you know, that created a lot of excitement.
Gloria Brown is a member of the Second African Baptist Church in downtown Savannah. As someone who's been attending this church for 50 years, she's very familiar with the story of one of Dr. King's visits to the hostess city.
My understanding also is that this is the place where he did part of his I Have a Dream speech before he went to Washington, D.C.
Because I have a dream.
That speech, given in August of 1963 during the March on Washington, would inspire generations to come.
This was a new way of thinking as far as civil rights was concerned.
Local historian Vonette Good-Walker explains how Dr. King praised Savannah leaders for making strides in equality far before the rest of the country.
He talked about Savannah being, ahead of the civil rights bill that was passed later that year, calling it was, one of the first desegregated cities south of the Mason-Dixon. He gave credit to the NAACP and, of course, the Black church.
All of these efforts made possible by people like Reverend Ralph Mark Gilbert, W.W. Law, and others. The work of Dr. King and our own local civil rights pioneers gave Gloria Brown the strength to make history.
I was the first black in Savannah to integrate a school as a professional. This was out in the Fort Wentworth area. The times were very, very turbulent. It was quite an experience, but I knew that it was a task that had to be done.
A task that Dr. King would have been no doubt proud of. And when asked about the legacy she hopes Dr. King will have on Savannah, Brown said this.
If we can espouse the idea of love to our fellow citizens and the people around us, it will make this world in which we live a much better place.
Dr. King's legacy will be honored all week long in the Coastal Empire and beyond. Of course, this culminates with the parade on Monday here in downtown Savannah. In Savannah, Cyrus Sandlin, WTOC News.